go time. Let's dive into a blockbuster NFL trade that isn't just buzzworthy. It reverberates all the way to the Philadelphia Eagles game plan for 2025. At the very end of June, Steel City pulled the trigger on a massive shakeup. They've welcomed in multi-time All-Pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey and Pro Bowl tight end Jonas Smith, plus a seventh-round pick in 2027 for Miami. That's hefty reinforcement for a team clearly going all in. On the flip side, the Dolphins shipped off the dynamic All-Pro safety Minkah Fitzpatrick, still playing at the top of his game, with recent All-Pro and Pro Bowl honors, and a fifth-round pick in 2027. It's a seismic swap. Pittsburgh is reshaping its identity. They've been quiet this offseason, but this move, combined with signing Aaron Rodgers and retooling the roster, telegraphs that they mean business in 2025. Think about it. Mike Tomlin is arguably a top 10 coach in the league. He may not be labeled a scheming mastermind on offense or defense, but he's a culture architect, a CEO-style leader who knows how to handle personalities. From Le'Veon Bell to Antonio Brown to Big Ben and now Rodgers and Ramsey, Tomlin keeps the locker room steady. He's never had a sub-.500 season, but the one thing missing since 2016 is playoff success. They haven't even sniffed a postseason win in nearly a decade, a drought that would send Philly into meltdown territory. Contrast that with Philadelphia's front office. They've shown zero patience for stagnation. Andy Reid, Doug Peterson, Chip Kelly, all gone after long tenures. Philly expects progress, not patience. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh's front office, Omar Khan, the GM, and Tomlin are aligned in a shared vision. They're pressing for that breakthrough. Signing Aaron Rodgers is a statement. He still posted close to 4,000 passing yards last season despite chaos in New York. No coordinator, a turbulent franchise. Pair him with Pittsburgh's defense-first philosophy and a ground game, and you have a quarterback who can flourish, making smart, controlled plays while the defense does the heavy lifting. Now, the AFC is wide open. Kansas City looks more vulnerable. Buffalo still hasn't locked it down in March. Cincinnati lacks a complete defense, and Lamar Jackson has yet to crack postseason success. The younger contenders like Denver and LA Chargers are promising, but I see Pittsburgh rising. Let's break down the trade more deeply. Swapping Ramsey, age 30, maybe a step down from his peak, and a seventh-rounder for Minkah Fitzpatrick seems curious. Fitzpatrick is younger, ball-hawking, turnover-creating. On the surface, Miami came out ahead. But maybe Pittsburgh anticipates versatility from Ramsey. He's blitz-happy, tackles well, could convert to safety if needed, and they're stocked at corner with Ramsey, Darius Slay, Joey Porter Jr., and Beanie Bishop. That's unheard of depth in the secondary. And when healthy, TJ Watt still anchors that defense. Last year, after what went down, the D lost its power. Now, Pittsburgh goes heavy on defensive depth and places Rodgers to anchor the offense. This is a legit contender. Conversely, Miami gains cap space, over $10 million saved, and flexibility. If Fitzpatrick doesn't pan out in Miami, they can cut bait after 2025 thanks to that dummy third contract year. They originally drafted him and are now getting him back in their prime. But Miami enters 2025 in the unknown. They can't win in cold weather. Tua is 0-8 in sub-45-degree games. Mike McDaniel is 0-5 in below 40. Cold weather struggles are real. Sure, when healthy, Tua is solid but not elite. The Dolphins could surprise or flop spectacularly, with McDaniel's job potentially on the line. All right, so here's where it hits Philadelphia. All this movement, Rodgers, Ramsey, Fitzpatrick, shifts the market. Eagles talked about Ramon Ramsey and didn't pull the trigger. I never believed it would happen. He clashed with Vic Fangio in Miami. Fangio's old school, by the book, doesn't tolerate late meetings or ego. Ramsey doesn't align with that. Meanwhile, Philly locked in Adoree Jackson, and they still like Khalil Ringo. Jackson brings veteran athleticism opposite Quinnen Williams, with Cooper DeJean shifting inside. If Philly makes a corner splash, they're targeting Asani Samuel Jr., son of Asani Samuel Sr., a former ball hawk. Samuel Jr. had double-figure pass breakups in multiple seasons before neck surgery sidelined him last year. He's young, ball-skilled, big game pedigree, and will be a cost-efficient, prove-it deal. He has a medical check this month to clear the neck concerns, but if it pans out, that's the move I'd expect from Philly. And what about TJ Watt? He continues to attract trade interest, but does this fit Philly's model? They've cleared cap space to lock in their young core. Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith will need extensions after 2025. Reed Blankenship is extension eligible now. Nakobe Dean is due. Dejon and Quinnen will be up eventually. Dallas Goedert is on a 1-year. Sometimes these dominoes force tough choices. What is elite? No doubt. A 5-time All-Pro in 6 years. But he's 30, battled injuries, and will demand $30 to $40 million a year. If Philly is buying their future, do they invest that heavily in a 30-year-old edge rusher, or let him ride and hope for a compensatory pick? One idea buzzing is guaranteeing $30 to $40 million this final year, then letting him walk and banking a comp pick. Ingenious on paper, gives Philly a little juice this season without long-term commitment. But if Watt wants security, Philly may not fit his timeline. So Philly watches Steelers and Dolphins, but makes smart, taste-driven moves, prudent cap management while staying ready to pounce on a cost-efficient upgrade. Tight ends like Harrison Bryant or Kylan Grantham could be on the radar, maybe offensive line depth that's on the market. Now, with all the attention on Pittsburgh and Miami's moves, there's another layer to this trade that can't be ignored. It's timing. This blockbuster deal happened on June 30th, a point in the offseason where teams are usually quiet, evaluating rosters after mandatory mini-camps and before training camps begin. The fact that a deal of this magnitude went down this late could trigger a domino effect across the league. It sends a message. The market is open, the phones are ringing, and no contender is standing pat. That might push other franchises, especially those with depth, to explore moves, whether it's offloading surplus talent or plugging a lingering roster hole. For the Eagles, that means keeping an eye on potential trade partners. Philly is stacked in some positions and thin in others. For instance, tight end might be a spot where they have more talent than they can keep on the 53-man roster. Last season, they only carried 2 tight ends into Week 1. Dallas Goedert and Grant Calcaterra. If they follow the same formula, there might be trade value in guys like Harrison Bryant or Keelan Grant's son. They're athletic, experienced enough to contribute, and affordable. Teams needing tight end help could come knocking, and Howie Roseman has shown time and again that he knows how to extract maximum value from roster churn. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Philadelphia might be on the verge of making a defensive splash that could shake up the NFC East. Whispers around the league suggest that star cornerback Greg Newsome, too, could be eyeing a move to the city of brotherly love in 2025. While nothing has been confirmed and official channels remain tight-lipped, the buzz is growing louder by the day. Fans began speculating after a cryptic social media post from Newsome, followed by a series of interactions with current Eagles players online. Some believe it's just off-season banter. Others aren't so sure. The Eagles, always looking to bolster their secondary, could see Newsome as the perfect fit for a defense that has lacked consistency in the backfield in recent seasons. Known for his agility, instincts, and shutdown capabilities, Newsome would bring a level of stability and playmaking that Philadelphia has sorely missed. Insiders close to both camps have noted that there have been quiet conversations, though nothing concrete has surfaced. Still, NFL history has shown that where there's smoke, there's often fire. With the Browns making strategic adjustments and cap space being a looming concern, it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility for Cleveland to part ways with one of their most talented defenders, especially if the right trade package or contract restructure is on the table. Philadelphia's front office has been aggressive in recent years, and with the team poised for another playoff run, adding a player of Newsome's caliber could be the final piece of the puzzle. Fans are already envisioning him locking down receivers at Lincoln Financial Field, and if the rumors prove true, the Eagles' secondary might be one of the most formidable in the league come 2025. For now, it remains a tantalizing possibility, but one that has Philly fans buzzing with excitement. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.